Cracked voice, that awful feeling. Today is your big day and somehow your voice is not working for you. What can we do in a situation of cracked voice? Hello, you're welcome back. I am your fellow chorister. James Martins is my name. And today we're delving into the realms of cracked voice. What to do when your voice is not working for you. Firstly, let's define it. If you can refer back to a previous video where I made a claim that the voice is an instrument, howbeit it is powered by living organs. If you have referred to that video, there's no need for me to start explaining again. But the voice as we know it is an instrument powered by living organs as opposed to powered by electronic or acoustic organs. So, anything that modifies or influences the working of these organs can modify or influence the voice. Cracked voice is any scenario where an organ or multiple organs that power the voice are not working optimally, so the voice is also not producing optimally. It usually manifests in maybe pain or inconveniences or loss of pitch. The most widespread manifestation of a cracked voice is loss of pitch. There are some notes you can no longer hit. If you try to hit them, air will come out.
Oh shit.
So what causes cracked voice? Like I mentioned, anything that modifies or influences the apparatus that powers the voice can and will modify the output of the voice. So generally speaking, whatever affects your body, especially the organs around this part, your vocal apparatus, will affect your voice. Typical things that cause your voice to crack. Well, some days are just like that. You might just wake up in the morning and your voice is not there. Usually, a cold environment can cause it. Now, how many of you have been chewing on gum before and then you drink cold water? You notice what happens to the gum. Okay, maybe you're washing meat, red meat, and you pour cold water to it. Do you notice that it congeals? That is what cold can do to your vocal apparatus because they are living cells. Your body is naturally at a temperature of around, I think it's 36.7 or 37 point something degrees Celsius. Now, anything that lowers your vocal apparatus below that natural equilibrium is likely to affect your voice. Now, these things are not detrimental. Cold happens, your body gets cold, and the human body has mechanisms for managing cold situations. However, where the problem would occur to the voice is when your body is cold and you use the voice without preparing it. For instance, you just wake up in the morning and because you're late, you don't do warm-up exercises and you start singing. There is a possibility of causing damage to the apparatus that power your voice, thus leading to cracked voice. Another scenario is overusage. Yes, overusage of your voice can lead to cracked voice. For instance, you have a singing gig today and you sing and sing and use all the apparatus without letting your body rest and you push yourself deep into the night. Of course, by the time you wake up in the morning, you're going to feel some tenseness in your voice because the vocal apparatus is trying to recover and repair from overusage. So that's also a scenario. Yes, it is. Injury is another thing that can affect your vocal production. Now, as opposed to physical injury, you may not know that part of your vocal apparatus has been injured. There are types of injury. There can be bruises, there can be lacerations or stuff like that. Now, if the injury is so much that you start seeing blood, you need to see a doctor. If there's an open injury, then it's a problem. But it's equally as problematic when there are bruises around your vocal apparatus. And these things can lead to swellings and different occurrences can happen. Your vocal apparatus can be injured, and of course it will manifest in your voice not operating optimally. Take a physical injury, for example. Let's say a football player is injured. I believe that doctors do give these people fitness reports before they go back to play. But imagine you're injured and you just go to the pitch and play. Yes, you can force yourself to play, but is it of benefit to you, or does it do more harm than good if you force yourself to keep playing? It's possible you can take pills and ease up the pain, but pain is your body's mechanism to tell you that something is wrong. So overusage can crack your voice, cold environments can crack your voice, injury can crack your voice, wrong technique can crack your voice. Now, the things that we do in singing are usually techniques. No matter how little or busy they are techniques. Some are more difficult and complicated than others. For example, you hear Christina Aguilera singing and she's growling. You hear it and you want to do it. You do not know the techniques that she had to learn to be able to do it and do it and do it rightly. Emphasis on doing it rightly. So that she'll be able to do it and do it and do it and do it and
2 hours later.
and do it and do it and keep doing it without harming her voice. But if you just hear her do it and you want to do it too, there is a fat possibility, a big possibility that you will use the wrong techniques to achieve what seems to be the right results, only to damage your voice in the process. So, wrong technique. I know that you did not come here to find out why your voice is cracked, although knowing why your voice is cracked or how it got cracked is going to benefit you in knowing what to do about it. What should you do when your voice is cracked? Number one, shut up. I don't mean it as an insult. It is candid advice. Keep quiet, because speaking and singing demand from the same source, your vocal apparatus. The same vibrations required for you to do what I'm doing right now is required for you to sing. Only there are slight modifications. When you're speaking, your vocal apparatus is not exactly attempting to vibrate at any particular level. But when you're singing, it has to vibrate at a particular level to produce a particular pitch. That's one of the differences between singing and speaking. We'll do another video to address the differences. But the similarities is the demand for singing and the demand for speaking is identical. So keep quiet. When your voice is cracked, stop talking. I did not say stop singing. Obviously stop singing, but stop talking as much as you can. Use sign language. We're in the era of digital evolution, so you can actually communicate with people without speaking. Type until your voice heals. The thing about the body is immediately there's a problem, the healing process starts. Everything else you do facilitates the healing process, but the healing process starts. So keep quiet. Don't talk as much as you can. Number two, stay hydrated. Take a lot of liquid, preferably water. Now, apropos doctor and the rest of them have been saying this a lot. Drink water. Yes, drink water. How do we measure the water you need to drink? I am not an advocate of whatever gallon of water you need to take. Somebody once said that if you follow your body's natural mechanism, you will never run out of water. When your body needs water, there's something called thirst. You start feeling thirsty. So he said, as long as you keep drinking water when you're thirsty, you'll be fine. Yes, but as a singer, be deliberate about drinking water. Stay hydrated. The only disadvantage I know that drinking water regularly is going to bring to your system is you're going to need to pee regularly too. But well, it's a good gamble. Provided you don't drown yourself, drink water. Now there's this big question, should it be hot water or cold water or whatever? Well, remember what we said about cold. Avoid cold water as much as you can. I avoid cold water not because of any vocals related thing, but because of my person. Like I said in a previous video, if I am sick, I avoid cold water. So why should I take it when I'm healthy? You might want to cool the water a little, it's your choice. But I'm saying avoid cold water. Drink water at room temperature or lukewarm water. Doesn't have to be hot. Heat can also damage vocal apparatus. So stay hydrated. Number 3, warm up before you sing. Every time. There are warm-up exercises. What does warm-up do? It prepares your vocal apparatus for the singing that you're about to do. You can't just wake and start singing. I don't think Usain Bolt won gold medal at the Olympics just waking up from his bed and coming to the stadium and running. No. You see him jog and you see footballers jog, warm up their body, engage their muscles. It is because you will trust muscles to deliver in the capacity that you've prepared them to deliver. Warming up prepares your muscle to deliver in good capacity. So, warm up. Next, sort out any injuries. If you feel heavy, because cracked voice can manifest in different ways, but if you feel heavy, there's probably swelling. Consult a medical practitioner. Let them examine and be sure that you are cleared. Treat any infections. Up next, technique. Don't just hear somebody do something and you want to do it too. You need to learn technique. And I categorize the techniques that you need to learn into 5. Posture, breathing and breath support, resonance, articulation, and embellishment. There are several techniques that you need to learn. Most people want to do embellishment in everything. Yeah, yes, you can do it. But you need to learn the right technique to do it. The things I've said so far are basically the things that you do to avoid cracking entirely. But your voice is already cracked, Abi. What can you do now that you have to sing this evening and your voice is already cracked? Firstly, it's always better to avoid cracking. But when your voice is already cracked, it's not impossible to find your way around it. First, stay hydrated. Please, stay hydrated. Now is the time to drink a lot of water. Secondly, unless you have to, don't use your voice. Keep quiet. Thirdly, adjust the key. Yes, adjust the key. I don't know the song you want to do. Make modifications to the key. Because cracking usually happens at the extremities and at the bridge points. There are points in your voice where we call bridges. They are transitions from register to register. Check out my other video on register. So, cracking will usually happen at those points. That is why you find that if your voice is cracked, you can sing on certain register. You try to go higher, at some point your voice is lost, then you go beyond that point and your voice comes back. That's the bridge. And then the extremity is the very high and very low. So find a key where you don't have to go around the bridge too much, where you can just sing on one register and then leap to the next register. That would work. And then, well, you could Now I'm going to give you this expo now. You could also cleverly avoid certain singing, but you need good backup singers. Your background vocals are meant to be very good to help you out. Raise the song within a comfortable range where your voice is not cracked, and then hand it over to your BGVs. If it's a solo performance, my best advice for you is cut it out, don't go. If your voice is not good enough, don't go. But if you have BGVs, raise the song. Let's say, I get on my knees, but here I am before the Lord. It's cracking. Come on, lift your voice and sing, here I am. You've passed it. And then you can speak the lyrics rather than sing it. Those are some of the things that you can do today. But the best thing that you can do is don't even sing at all. Allow your voice to heal. Why? Well, have you seen, if you live in a certain part of the country where they load vehicles and some people shout, hey, hey, this place, I don't want to mention any place. You find that some of them, most of them, have very horrible voices. It wasn't like that when they started. But their voices cracked, but they kept using it. And the voice has adapted into that form. That is why if somebody has a fracture, somebody's leg is broken, and is not properly treated, in 3 or 4 months, the person will be able to walk without pain, but the leg will be deformed. That's how the body works. You have a problem and you start using it by force, the body is going to adapt into that new normal. And if you let that happen to your voice, you've lost your voice. So it is better that you miss out on this rendition now and reclaim your voice than you keep going. Even if my voice is cracked, I can keep singing, and you lose your voice. The choice is yours. Thank you for watching to this point. If you enjoyed the video, please like it. Share it to your friends. They will thank you. And if you're new, consider hitting the subscribe button. These are the kind of things I do. I help you to retain your voice and to improve on your voice. And not just for singers, I also help instrumentalists. So if that sounds great, see you in the next one.